tough to come up here twice in an afternoon, but you could totally do it, so you would need the afternoon, definitely.
Done it, tired, and now you're weak.
Are we recording?
Yeah.
Let's see, this is our first day on the hunt for the Forrest Fenn treasure. We have another location we're going to look at after this. We were figuring in 2 days for this area, but we've come to the conclusion that we've given it a pretty good look. And I think we're really happy. We're actually in the eastern edge of the Santa Fe National Forest, just off of the west side of the Via Calderas National Park. There's a couple forest roads going up to the San Antonio Hot Springs. So our logic for this solve was there is actually a warm springs further up the San Antonio. So our theory was where warm waters halt is actually where the waters from that warm spring meet the San Antonio Hot Springs. And so that's our theory of kind of getting the first stanza of the poem to work. And then far but too far to walk would be actually going further down the San Antonio until you reach this area which is called Ice Cave Canyon. And so our theory there is that the home of Brown is actually the area below the fish hatchery that's just a little bit to the west of us in the San Antonio Creek area here. So if you put in below the home of Brown and then follow this up, that's where you get the no place for the meek and no paddle up your creek. Because we actually started at the end of the forest road and started to follow the small creek up this ravine, but it was extremely close in, lots of boulders, lots of trees down, and we figured, yeah, that tree might not be down from 2010, but in any given year you're going to have a lot of sort of, brush and things that would an 80-year-old man, pack in 40 pounds of treasure twice in an afternoon. So we were pretty close to giving up even at that point, but then we happened to notice a trail that was going further up, and sure enough, when we followed that footpath, we got to this area here where the elevation really increased, and to us, this is a pretty good fit for a blaze. When you look at the rock structure behind me here, all of the sort of strata of that sandstone just looks like this enormous fire that's kind of sweeping up out of the ground. So that really excited us. But the other component to why this is a good location for a solve is just around this corner here is the actual ice cave. So we thought that that was a good fit for how you had to brave the cold, right? So there's snow right down there that's actually still sitting there, in early May. It probably stays there all through the summer. There's lots of snow back in here, and this is the ice cave. So the other component that we only noticed once we got here was he always has the phrase, "If you are brave and in the wood, I give you title to the gold." Well, there's a lot of downed wood here, so it could be potential that he's not hiding it under a rock, it's not in a crevice. Maybe he actually put it under some downed trees and put enough sort of tree debris over that to cover it. That would make it wet, pretty much all year round because it's going to stay damp. It keeps it fairly well hidden, but it's not officially buried. So we've dug up a lot of downed trees here and looked everywhere. We've checked under a lot of rocks. There's nothing, I think that we don't feel that we haven't dug under, but that's not to say that you couldn't dig here anymore, right? And I think one of the things that sort of gave us a really good feeling was when we got here, right in the crevice of the ice cave was a nice owl sitting there. So we thought, if you are wise and have found the blaze, it seemed to be a really good, coincidence there. So that's the story of Ice Cave Canyon.